Heyo, peoples.
Yes, hello, hi.
RP should be on his way. He's trying to remember how to do it.
Yeah, I'm on so I swapped over from Chrome to Firefox. So
Mm-hmm.
there's been a lot of adjustments. Fun fact, this does not work on Firefox, so I had to go back to Chrome. And ow.
Well, I just sent him the link. This is in part my fault because I was like at 6, I was like, oh, I can go start getting ready in the garage den. And then I was like, no, because it's hot in there and I want to last as long as possible. So I'll just wait until like 10, 15 till. And then they took Murder, She Wrote off of Tubi, so I can't watch that anymore. So I was watching this new to me murder show called Murdoch Murders.
I think
And
I've heard of that, but I'm not.
well, I was enjoying it, but like the timing of how long the episode had left matched up really well with how long until I got in here, except it's on Tubi, which means there's ads. And oh, I forgot to math for that.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Hey,
luckily I'm
Bella.
in
Oh, well,
which is
still doing medicine, migraine medicine 2 out of 3 to fail before I can try my Vyepti infusion. But my neurologist had an opening, so I get to go talk to her Monday instead of waiting till August. So maybe we can move on to medicine number 3
ooh,
to
here's
fail.
hoping.
Yes. I mean, ideally, I'm hoping one of these medicines actually works, but
Yeah, I get that. As someone with a chronic illness, it's like, all right, cool. Let's hope this one works. All right, it's not working.
insurance
We
is
gotta
just like
wait. Why?
oh yeah, that new really expensive treatment that's supposed to be extremely effective with low side effects. Yeah, we don't want to pay for that if we could pay for something cheaper. So let's try these other things
Oh
that
my
don't work
God.
as well and have more side effects. And if they work for you, cool. And I'm like, that's at
I don't
least 4 months of testing.
like so I've been seeing a chiropractor since June for my back because I have kyphosis. I thought it was scoliosis. It's the other one. It's kyphosis. Um, which been doing really good. It's been working very well. But he doesn't do insurance
Oh.
because insurance companies will straight up call him and say, "Hey, you're giving this person too much care, so you got to stop that." He's like, "I'm a doctor, that's my job." And they're like, "Yeah, well, we don't like that. So
Oh yeah, it's wild that like
you got to stop."
insurance companies who like they have people who like review the thing like the requests and stuff from doctors, but the people who review it have no medical training.
None.
They've done and they're basically like, "Oh, yeah, I don't see why this is a thing that you should do." And I'm like, "Well, my doctor thought it was a thing that I should do."
Yeah. My medical professional doctor said,
Oh,
"Hey,
like the
maybe we should
heat
do this."
and the heat and my migraines has like been so bad that my doctor actually filled out a form so I get a temporary disability plaque so that I can
So
park closer so I'm not in the heat as much. So yeah, that's how my migraines have been.
I got a migraine at work one day.
And it
It
sucks because
was
I'm one of those people who I will purposely park in the back just so I don't have
mhm,
to deal with other cars and
yeah.
pedestrians. Oh my god, I hate dealing with pedestrians when I'm trying to
Oh
park
my
or
God.
back out. So
I swear, some people just have no sense of like not urgency. It's like sense of surrounding. Because I will truly be driving, go about my day, and a dude walk out in front of me, and I'm like, buddy, like you gotta look.
Yeah, and sometimes I just can't see them because of my height and the way cars are shaped and the way people are shaped, and it's just like, nope. So I like to park in the back, but yeah, lately I've
Yeah.
been like whenever Chris goes to park, I'm like, can we park closer? He's like, that's unlike you, and I'm like, I know, but I don't want to be outside. I don't want to
Yeah.
walk. It makes me so
I
tired.
lit I literally have a cushion for my car because it's so low. Like I
Hmm.
cannot see, so I have a little cushion to give me a little boosted higher. And one of my coworkers saw it. She's like, "Is that a cushion in your car?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "Why? Are they that uncomfortable?" I go, "Oh no." I tossed it aside, sat down, and it was like down here. And she's like, "Oh, that's." I'm like, "Uh-huh. I can't see shit. I love my car, but it is so low."
I own mom vans, so mine all you can raise the seat up.
Oh, not my baby, but that's okay. I love them anyway.
That reminds me, like when I was talking to my mom about car seats. Hold on.
Hmm.
Speaking of low chairs, there we go.
I
When
know. I'm about to raise mine up too.
I was talking to my mom about, like car seats and booster seats and stuff, and I was like, yeah, if you're below a certain height, then like you should have a booster. And she's like, oh, well, like one of your great aunts is like almost at that height. Are you gonna tell her that she needs a booster to drive? And I was like, yeah, it's fucking safety. I don't care how old you are. Like if you can't reach the pedals and still see over the thing, there's a issue.
Yeah. No,
There's nothing wrong with needing a little extra help so that you can be safe.
honestly, it's like I said. I got a little cushion. It's so comfy. I sit down. My tush is nice and cozy. And if it's too hot, guess what I do? I flip it around. Insulting. That's insulting.
My deodorant.
That's so.
It's bad. I have to be
I understand that
careful.
pain.
I'm still using it, but
Oh yeah. I've been there.
it still works. So I was just
It's like
use it.
mine is just like when it gets like to the very bottom, when you're like scraping the plastic on the bottom, and you're like, all right, I have to be so careful because so much of it's about to fall out. But it's like there's still some left. I gotta use it.
It's like, this shit's like $7. I'm using up all of
Yep.
it.
I get the 2 pack for 14 just because then because then in my brain I'm like, it extends it for longer. I don't have to buy it as often.
It does. Well,
It's
for
like,
me, I get the 2 pack because I have one in here and then one in my bedroom. And when when I use up one, then I start like then I take the other, and then I'm like, oh fuck, my pack of
shoot
Scott.
myself in the foot. I get that. I get that. It's like, fuck, myself in the foot.
Uh, Hold on, we're having a bit of it to
Oh,
get
not
our
it
feedback
too.
here. Yeah, just a little bit of it too. So, what are you going to be working on today? I am actually going to. Where's RP? I have to make this bigger for I am blind. I'm actually going to be working on my kids project. Oh, there it is. He's here.
Was not.
That's okay. Your profile is missing from my speakers. So now I don't know how you're here, but it's fine.
Okay.
You trapped in the matrix. You snuck in.
Well, I was like, okay, let me go to his speaker profile and make sure that like I have the correct studio attached to him. And then it's like in alphabetical order, and I'm like, there's Rowan. There's no RP. Like, is that the problem? Did he get deleted somehow? And then you just popped up in here, and I'm like, never mind. I don't know how it happened, but we're fine. We're good.
I don't know how you're here, but guess what? You're here. We're moving on with it.
Yep.
There's only one page, so I don't know. But it's fine.
Oh no. Ah.
Maybe
Technology,
I'm
it's
gonna
so
be
fun.
working on my kids project because I finished my revisions for Not For Her. So
Oh,
so
nice,
there
nice,
it's
nice.
with my editor now. She's gonna do one final pass through, which she's been very wonderful because like she's dying of chronic illness, I'm dying of chronic illness. So I'd be like, yeah, I got through a couple pages of revisions and stuff, and she'd be like, yeah, and then like for 2.5 weeks, she's just like, have you done anything? And I'm like, died. I've been dying, and she's like, there, me too. So, but I I let her know, and she has not acknowledged it, so I assume she is currently dying. But this just
It's
means
like
that in the meantime, I'm going to be
94
working on
tomorrow. God
my
damn.
fun kid project.
I'm gonna be working on bad guys for my D&D campaign because
Nice.
I have a problem where I like to change everything, and then I want to change it all again so I can make new bad guys, and then rewrite the whole book, and then wonder why I'm running a module anyway because I'm gonna rewrite this whole fucking book. I might as well just run a homebrew adventure at this point.
But the module gave you the outline.
And listen, I'm
Give
very
you the
happy we
framework.
ran this.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm very happy we ran this. It was very good for my first time. I don't regret it. But I'm at a point now where I'm like, okay, I want to do my own shit. Can we get through this already? All right, guys, speed running. We're gonna speed run this shit, and they're
What
having
module
fun.
are you
So,
running?
I'm running the Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Oh, I haven't heard run the module, but I have only ever heard good things about it.
Well, I like it. Um, the problem is my players are very combat focused, and like the second boss does two attacks that are like 66. So she's like a one shot to everyone if they don't
Uh,
not fight her, and I'm like, oh no. And I didn't realize that until mid combat, and I'm like, I can't change it now. Oh no. Um, so you guys are in danger. They're like, no, we're not. I'm like, oh yeah, you are. Okay, fine.
I'm reminded because of this and another D&D conversation I had yesterday. I really need to read write my World of Darkness character campaign thing for where they all lost their memories, because I was talking to Chris just about like DMs having to adjust their plans and stuff when players just don't do what you want to do, and how sometimes
Hmm.
you just have to accept the L as the DM. And I was like, it's like when my World of Darkness, my sister was one of the characters, or was one of the players playing, and I had these 2 rooms set up with cobwebs and stuff everywhere, and I had home brewed these spider monsters. I miscalculated, as my sister is an arachnophobe, and she was like, my characters lost their memory, so you can't tell me that they don't have a phobia of spiders. And I was like, this is fair. So like they open the room that has the cobwebs and stuff, and she's just like, nope, and just shuts the door. And I'm like, that was the only combat I had prepared for this whole thing. And like the way the towers had been set up, there were like certain number of rooms, but they were like mirrors of each other, right? So if you figure out one, you kind of figure out the other one and all that. So then they get to the second room with the cobwebs, and my sister just goes, "I said no," and shuts the door.
That's so funny. I just love it. She's like, opens the door. No. Clicks. Opens the door. I said no, Tower.
She's like, I know you. She's like, I fucking know you. And I'm like, this is unfair.
One
Fine,
session.
ignore those rooms. And she's like, I will. I don't care what's in there. It ain't worth it.
I had one session completely planned out. Like they just entered this area. I was like, all right, perfect. You know, it's the realm of delight. Anything you wish for, you can get. And one of my player goes, I want to go get out of here. I want to leave. And I'm like, oh no, oh no. I had this whole thing. This is gonna be like 2, 3 session thing. I'm like, all right, cool. Oh yeah, nope. Okay, cool. There's the door. You can just leave. All right, cool guys. We'll see you next week. Cause I got nothing to watch. This is a short session, guys. Cause who baby? You walk into a place and went, I want to leave, and I went, all right, cool, you leave. Well,
So the
Oh no.
there were I think I want to say 6 players, and the way that they all got their characters was they just picked a random number, and then I gave them the profile assigned that number. Like the first person, I'm like, pick number 1 through 6. They picked it, and then the next person picked 1 through 5. You know, just renumbering them as I go. But the perfect person got my betrayer. Because so my sister's character was the brother of one of my high school besties. Like their characters were brothers. Well, his character, because this is World of Darkness, so he was like the kept human of this very powerful vampiress, and if they did certain things, they would get messages or like parts of their memory back. And so he got a message from his vampire mistress explaining to him what was going on, and that she apologized for him being roped into it, but they had to do this to prove his loyalty because his brother was like a hunter who was on their trail, and so she is like, this is your chance to prove that you're not helping your brother and stuff, right? And so the final room that they have to escape was Lotus Eaters, the island of the Lotus Eaters. Essentially, they went into a room that was very like chill. They had to do a will roll every time it was their turn to not just get stuck there. He got advantage of this, and he managed to get through, and he got to the door, and my sister's character, whom is the brother to the other character, she's just like, oh, okay, now he's gonna help, the rest of us. He shuts the door and leaves. And my sister was like, that motherfucker. And I'm like, after they get out, everybody else helps each other escape, right? And once they get out the door, they get their memories and stuff back. And she has made a vow to hunt her brother down because that motherfucker left her to die. And I'm like, yeah, it was beautiful.
That's so fucking funny. It's like, you'll help me too? No. Close the door.
Gross.
Ew. Help you? No, thank you. Goodbye. That's so funny.
New person, and welcome. Also, Bella, how are you doing? I want to say I asked earlier, but I don't remember if I actually did. Because I was very distracted trying to figure out why Evmux wasn't letting RP in.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get us up for our timer.
That's what I'm doing. I'm homebrewing some shit tonight.
Oh, I don't know how much you're going to know about this RP, but this is something I've been excited to tell Cody. Tabby and I have been watching the dub of Crystals, right? And it's the first time that we've seen Crystal dubbed. Or not Crystal, Stars. Stars dubbed, right? Sailor Moon Season 5.
Oh, fuck, I forgot Stars is that.
Yeah, so because it was previously never dubbed into English, because when Sailor Moon was originally dubbed in the 90s, they would make 2 versions. They would make the cut version and the uncut version, because that was essentially the industry standard at the time. They would make the cut version that was suitable to play during the daytime, and then the uncut version you had to buy the DVDs, or it was on Adult Swim or something else, which tended to be like, that's the one with the violence, the cursing, and any gay stuff is on the uncut version. That's why when people are so fucking hard on the 90s Sailor Moon dub first, like, oh, they made them cousins and not lesbians. I'm like, they literally did one line in the edit in the censored version that did that. If you watch the uncut version, they're just girlfriends. Like, but there was no way they could make a censored version of season 5.
No, there's no way they could.
Just no way. Well, my sister and I, when we've always watched it, we always watched the sub version. So one of the reasons I like watching the dub versions is because I can pay more attention to the actual animation. And therefore, this is the first time that my sister and I have actually been able to pay a lot of attention to the animation and stuff. And we've been noticing things that we didn't actually previously notice. It's also been so long since we've seen season 5 that we just forget some things. And it was really funny because we're like watching this episode, and my sister goes, "Sam, this episode, it's so gay. There's so many lesbian moments." And I'm like, there literally is. And here's Amy being our ally again, just like in Promise of the Rose. Because like this girl comes up with a love letter to Usagi, and Usagi's like, a love letter? And the girl's like, yeah. And Usagi's like, oh, well, thank you, but I have a boyfriend. And the girl's like, what? Oh, no, the love letter's not for you. I want you to take the love letter to the boy idol that you're friends with. And Usagi's like, oh. And the other girls are like, ha, you thought she was confessing to you. Even they all thought it too. And then Amy's like, what would be wrong with that? And I'm like,
I think I do remember seeing that clip.
The best ally right there. But yeah, like season 5 just said sexuality, what's that? Anyone's into anyone. It's fine.
Everyone's
like everyone is bi or pan in this season. We don't know the straights here. And
straights, who's that?
Yeah.
Who is she?
And Haruka and Michiru, there's they've just come in, and because they've come back, they're super gay. And I was like, Usagi's their unofficial third. She just doesn't know it. And so, like, Tammy's like, Sam, the episode just keeps being so lesbian. And I'm like, Tabby, the whole season is. When did you forget?
This is not just this. It's the whole season, bitch.
Well, it's like, for context for anybody who doesn't know, in Sailor Moon, season 5 has the Sailor Starlights, who are 3 alien beings who in the manga are women who cross-dress as male idols. But they are, like, women the whole time. And they do have deep sapphic crushes on different scouts. Well, in the anime, they are female aliens who transform into male humans. So but their crushes remain in both forms. So like I said, very gender fluid, very, very bi. And like that has also been a point of contention a little bit, because the original creator doesn't like that they do that, because she's like, men turn into knights, women turn into Sailor Senshi. She's like, I don't like this mixing of things. And I'm like, I get you, but also,
right.
I love it this way.
It's so good.
I understand where you're coming from, but also,
But also, this is kind of amazing, so.
Yeah. I don't want to say you're wrong, but
I maintain that the Sailor Moon manga was great in that it had a lot of good ideas and premises, but because it was like a pioneer and first of its time, these were not executed the best, but that the anime did a really good job in better executing a lot of those ideas. And if you want more of mine and Cody's thoughts in detail, we do have a Let's Talk series called Sailor Moon. We've got up to like season 3 or season 4. I forgot which.
I think we got all the way up until Stars. Because we were like,
Yeah,
oh, well, Stars isn't out yet, so we have to wait and
yeah.
see.
I think we were going to do Stars, but then like right as we got to season 4 of Crystal was announced. So we're like, let's wait because that means
Yeah.
that season 5 should also, because we were discussing manga, Crystal, and the anime.
You were discussing manga. I was just discussing Crystal and anime.
I meant us as a whole.
I was gonna say, because like, I've never read this manga.
Tabby and I were like, we're remembering season 5, and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard to explain because I'm gonna have to explain who Sailor Cosmos is, who Sailor Galactia is, and the difference between these entities from the manga and the anime, and it's gonna be a wild ride.
It's gonna be so fun. Just
I look
pull
forward
out
to
the
it.
flow chart, man.
We have to.
Everyone.
I'll make the flow. You know, I've made the flow chart before. My Mila
I
note
love a good
that
flow
I
chart.
share.
God, I love a flow chart, man. They're so nice.
my season 3 one where I'm like, this is just to appreciate Momo from Crystal.
Yeah, I remember that one.
A gorgeous man in Crystal. I can't get over him. So Bella said so much happened in the last few weeks. It's insane. She's worked every day on Kavera since June 22nd, so 3 weeks. Nice.
Very nice.
Finished going through the inline comments from editor. Sweet. Now organizing the documents before moving forward with draft 6, so I'll actually be able to do a bunch of rewriting. Nice. Got an anime kit. I misread that as Cradle at first, and I was like, for whom is the Cradle? That actually smells pretty okay. That's the one you were telling us about last time. Please remind me what the combined scents were, because I remember knowing that I liked those scents separately, but being unsure about them together, but I cannot remember what those scents are. But it's absolutely impossible to describe, so I might just have to mail it to Sammy. It's okay. Send me the link, and perhaps I shall purchase it for myself. Demokeef is also working on line edits before sending it to their copy editor. Nice. Everyone's got editors. Oh, sorry, I completely spaced on reading that out loud. Bella's been feeling under the weather, but she is feeling fine now, which we love to hear. I today taught my children how to use our sandwich press. Because I made tomato soup and they made their own sandwiches. And let me tell you, sometimes children or teenagers, they just don't want to learn something new because that means that they will be made to do it in the future. And then other times, they're like, oh my gosh, yes, show me this new skill so that I can do it by myself with no assistance later. They're like making a hot sandwich in a press. Yes, mother.
It's involved.
And it's so easy.
Fire Kingston.
Like, we got it at a yard sale for like $2, and it is one of my greatest appliances that I have ever owned. Because all you do is you just make the sandwich, you put it in the thing, and you close it, snap the little thing, and then wait for the light to turn green. Bada boom, it's done. And the children had like so much fun with it. Like, the first one who went, they were like, so I just pressed it down. I'm like, yeah, you gotta squeeze it down. It's not shut all the way until you click the thing. And because of the way that it's one of those sandwich makers that, you know, it like cuts the bread, shapes the bread into the triangle. So you got to press down hard so that it can press into the bread. But like they were worried about squishing the sand. I'm like, no, that's the goal. You must. Become a hot pockets.
You're not making a sandwich. You're making a pocket of bread.
Yes. You're making a giant Tostitos.
So funny.
sea breeze, spice drum, and bacon. Oh, it was the bacon I wasn't sure about. Yeah.
Yeah.
A smoky, spicy scent with hints of the rum beneath with a touch of freshness from the sea breeze. No meat, the bacon is smoky.
Okay.
It sounds like it should smell good.
Yes.
But I've
Like
been
a
duped
barbecue
by
on
that before.
It's like a
Yep.
barbecue on the beach is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm.
There it is. I was like, I have to find the correct scene. All right, so we're gonna go into our first sprint. I will be letting everybody know that, or reminding everyone, whatever. The point is, it's summer. It's very hot, and the AC in my garage den still not working. So if the stream ends early, that is why. Because we will be here for as long as I can tolerate the heat.
Reasonable.
Honestly, don't blame you.
All right, so I'll see y'all in 30. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go! Heyo.
Hello.
I got nothing done because me and
Hello.
Fox were discussing random things.
I got one monster done, and now I'm working on another one.
Sorry, say that again?
I got one monster done, and now I'm working on another one.
Nice.
Because I have a problem.
That's not a problem.
It is when you keep redoing these monsters like 17 times because you have better ideas now.
Nah.
Eventually, I just have to. They're going to get to this boss, and I'm going to be like, well, alright, cool. Finally, so I can stop fucking nitpicking this bitch. And now fight him. And it's probably going to last all of 2 rounds because everyone's going to crit. I'm going to miss everything. They're going to die so fast. They're like, wow, I wasted all that time for nothing. Or I TPK. That's one of the 2 options that's going to happen.
I have to finish this thought or I will not be able to think about anything else, so I ask for your patience.
That is fine. I can rant for another minute. Unless
That's
RP wants
okay.
to talk about what they did.
Instead, you should read the comments because Bella had said it actually smells more like a clean pirate ship would smell like, maybe, and then me and RP had the same thought.
Yes. Yep. So that sprint, I actually started my application to go to this incubator farm, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna see if I can start my own farm next year.
That'd be really fun and cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I finished my thought. Okay, so did you say you finished the application for it or you're working on the application?
I am working on it. I have realized that I need to double check my professional references just to make sure that all of their information is still up to date.
That would be good.
Yeah. Yep.
Not something that you should feel pressured to do or anything, but I would, for one, love an RP's incubator farm Blue Sky or Instagram that I could stalk.
Yes.
When
With
I know
photos
it's
of
actually
progress of
going to
things being done,
happen,
maybe.
I will make that.
Yes. See, it'll be your farm 99% of the time, and then every now and then you're just like, I need beta readers.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Could you imagine though? Just you're out in the wilds of the internet. This person's got this farm stuff going, and you're like, oh, this is pretty cool. And you follow this farmer, and then just one day they're like, by the way, I need beta readers for my. And you're like, motherfucker, you're writing a book.
Yes, and it has nothing to do with farms. Nothing.
Nothing.
Also, that actually happens to me quite a bit. I'll be following somebody for their skits or something, and then they're like, by the way, I'm releasing a book. I'm like, what? We were in the same community? Oh, that happened with there were two different women. One of them, I follow her because she is a theater sports or a theater combat choreographer, and she did a series on testing fictional armor and stuff, and basically one of the things I remember her doing specifically was Wonder Woman's outfit, where she graded the armor and stuff on how realistic it would be. And she was like, combat wedges, no. They just they take away all movability, just a bunch of stuff like that. And then, so I follow her for her armor and all of that for years. She even did this experiment where she was like, let's see if a leather corset could actually function as basic armor. And the findings, I don't remember in detail, but it can actually act as a basic form of armor. Highly recommend looking it up. Her name's Jill Bow something. But then she was like, so, by the way, guys, I've been working on this fantasy romance called Just Stab Me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Jill, you've been doing what? And, like, it's great. I love it. And then this other woman, she did, like, skits on genres. So, like, she has different characters based on the different, like, genres and stuff. And their tropes. And I love because like historical fantasy and paranormal, or historical romance and paranormal romance, they'll be talking to each other and it's like, excuse me, he did what? And they're like, yeah. And then like mobster romance comes in and they're like, mine did that. And I'm like and she's got this character called the Book Goblin, whom is really just every ferocious reader ever. And then at one point she's like, by the way, I'm writing a historical romance based in, and I'm like, excuse you? Like, what? You just popped this out of nowhere? And then she like started doing a bunch of Viking things, which should have been a clue, because then she goes, by the way, I'm doing a Viking romance called Tears of a Wolf. And I'm like, these bitches just be pulling these books out of nowhere on me. That's what's gonna happen on Sam Gone Wild once it cools down and I can actually come in here and start shooting.
Why are you doing this
Sam
to
Gone
me?
Rogue, not Sam Gone Wild. On Sam Gone Rogue, I'm just gonna be streaming Fields of Mystria, and then one day I'll be like, by the way, guys, my book's coming out. Everybody on my main channel knows, but.
It does remind me, I did start a new game recently that's so cute.
Well, hold on, I want to catch up on chat first.
Yep,
Okay.
that's why I ended that thought there.
Bella thinks that the candle was terribly made. The set changed completely from when she first got it. At first it was a linen-like sea breeze smell with a touch of spice and smoky underneath, but after letting it sit open, the sea breeze faded and the ocean scents magnified, and she hasn't even lit it yet. Okay, at first I was gonna be like, that might be a layered scented candle, because like bath bombs do that sometimes, and there are some scented candles where it like starts out as one thing and then as you burn it, it like transitions. But if it's doing that before you even light it, I don't know.
That sounds sussy.
Also, congratulations to Demo Keefe for finishing a chapter.
Oh, nice.
Bella's chugging along with organizing documents. We love good organization. Well, Demo Keefe said they need to drop, but they might be back. So we look forward to seeing you again, and if you can't come back, hey, we're here next week too. Actually, next week we're talking about Rockadoodle, but we will still be here, just not working.
Oh yeah, that is next week, isn't it?
It is. I had to double check to make sure it wasn't today, so like at 10 in the morning I went to look at the schedule and I'm like, okay, I don't gotta rewatch Rockadoodle right now.
I was terrified it was today. The moment I joined the thing and I saw your face and went, oh no, is today Rockadoodle Day? I didn't watch it.
We're in writing sprints, Cody. The Let's Talk studio, is it a different studio? I think it's a different. No, my book talk is. I need to make a Let's Talk studio, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my god, there's so many studios.
I need to stay organized and lazy. Once the studio is made, I don't have to edit it really. So.
I understand, but also there's so many. I also think there's so many. Like maybe she's
have
the
a
wrong
Let's
one.
Talk.
I didn't realize.
I do have a Let's Talk movies. Okay.
There is, yes.
Also, to be fair, the Let's Talk movie might just be this one, but with the writing sprints deleted, because I don't remember if Fox has actually gotten in there to make that yet, or if I've just bootlegged off of him, as I am wont to do on occasion. RP, have you ever seen Rockadoodle?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh, RP, are you busy this weekend?
I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not.
Take 2-ish hours out of your day. Go on Tubi. It's completely free. Watch Rockadoodle. And then we can talk about it on Monday.
Rockadoodle. Very well.
Cody and Matt have never seen it. They know nothing about it. And all I'm going to say to anybody about it is, it's a wild ride, and there's Rooster Elvis.
I saw Rooster Elvis and my brain went, "Is that Rooster Elvis?" Anywho, I'm gonna move
Rooster
on with my
Elvis.
day.
I watched it with my children, and well, I watched it with two different children because I watched it with my oldest, and then my youngest had to know that because my oldest became obsessed with a couple quotes, and my youngest was like, "I need to know what the fuck he's talking about," so we watched it. And I actually, and I'll do this on stream next week probably too, but I pulled up several of Elvis's outfits that inspired outfits in Rockadoodle. So like, it is not subtle. He is Mr. Elvis, and it is one of the few movies that I probably love more for nostalgia than for the actual movie quality, which rarely happens for me because I generally remember how good a movie actually is, regardless of my own attachment to it. But let me tell you, I love this movie far more than this movie deserves. So I don't know why. I will never be able to articulate it. But I just do. So don't go into the movie thinking, oh, Sam loves this movie. This must be a great movie. No. Don't go into it thinking that.
I didn't go. I'm going in purely blind, so I got no. My brain is
Also,
thinking the Goofy movie because it's very similar from the small pictures I've seen of it, and then I looked away. So
I mean, that's fair. I will say another one that I want to do, but we have to figure out how we would watch it, is El Dorado.
The Road to El Dorado. Oh my
Yes.
god,
Which
oh,
Haven't watched that in so long.
so long.
Wow.
apparently Danny Mato recently watched it, and I only know this because
Yes.
in my shorts his El Dorado reactions are popping up, and he's like, I have never before been so scared that a PG movie was going to get my channel demonetized. And I was like, if a PG
I
movie's gonna
understand.
do it, it's gonna be that one. Foghorn Leghorn is not Rooster Elvis. Hold on.
No, he's
It's
not.
so old, I don't know if they're.
He's
No,
from
I
the
have to
Looney
go find-
Tunes.
Yeah, he is.
I say,
I say what I do say.
I love Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, I remember
Oh, I
watching The Road
misspelled
to El
Chanticleer.
Dorado in our van that we had that had this very small TV in it for long trips while cleaning out my grandpa's warehouse. Ooh, that sent me right back to childhood. And like
Fox,
young
you
childhood
like
too.
Foghorn Leghorn? I don't know about that. I am now spamming Fox with Chanticleer. Superior rooster.
Wow.
Foghorn Leghorn always annoyed me because he was a caricature of the type of Southerner that annoyed me when I had to interact with them. So, like, I hated him because he was a caricature that was accurate and that I had to deal with in real life. Like, I have to deal with motherfuckers, therefore I hate you.
I deal with this bitch daily. I don't want to fucking watch a
Oh,
cartoon
okay.
with you in it.
Okay, so Fox says he's a dick. So, be nice to Chanticleer. He's a sweet country boy. With a golden heart. Also, apparently, Chanticleer is a commonly used name for roosters in folklore. Which I learned recently,
Yeah.
and I'm like, now I need to read more things about Chanticleer, because I didn't realize that.
Interesting.
He can't button up his shirt, Fox. He's Elvis. You care not for excuses. Also, he's a country boy. It's very hot in the country. They have to wear as little shirt as possible to survive.
Yeah, fair.
That's why I
Just
only
enough to
exist
not be
in tank
indecent.
tops. This reminds me. Danny just posted the video today. I think that would make sense. Today is when I started getting the things. I just wasn't sure, so that's why I didn't say in specific. My
I do like
children,
watching Danny.
my children recently discovered that their mother is very country, which is really funny to me, and that they don't just know that.
They're just discovering this?
It's because their father is so city, and I cater to his sensibilities so much when away from my family, and then when I'm near my family, they just kind of assume most of it's just my family things. But like we were out on a walk, and I was like, oh yeah, like those are spring onions. You can like take those, cut them out, they become chives, or you could just chew on them. I would rinse them off before I chew on them though.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were some other things. So I was like, oh yeah, that's this. And they're like, how do you know these things? And I'm like, well, I had to know these things. I was out running the wilds as a child with no shoes on. And they're like, what? Like, yeah. Like, I don't wear shoes if I don't have to.
Hell no. Mm-mm. It's so funny because my mom is so like no shoes anywhere, will gladly walk in the forest shoeless. My dad has to have shoes on his feet 24/7. The only time his bare feet touch the ground is when he's in the shower, and even then, he probably has a shower shoe.
I visited my cousin who lives a little further out in the boondocks, and he's got honeysuckles in his backyard, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna steal some of your honeysuckles and plant them in my yard. He was like, go for it. But basically, we went out there, and he's got a gravel driveway. Well, we're just walking around, and like I left my shoes inside, and some of his like guests, because he was having a cookout, some of his guests come out, and they're like, my feet hurt just watching you, and I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just rocks.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, as long as they're not hot, that's fine, because that's what gets me. My feet burn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They used to not burn when I was a child, but no, now they burn. We took the children, because Chris gets some very nice discounts on tickets and stuff, right? Since we're not doing a family vacation this year, we took the kids out to Venture River. And which Venture River charges people the way all amusement parks charges people, based on height. Not age. If you can't ride a certain amount of their rides, you're getting a cheaper ticket, and I think that's fair.
Yes.
Charge me
Yes.
based on what I can access in your park. But we go there, and I'm like worried about the children having water shoes, because my children are a little prissy, and they don't like the texture of certain things. Mostly my oldest. We took him to a lake beach once, and he put his feet in the water. He could not. He was like, Mom, it feels so disgusting. I was like, how did you come from my DNA? I'm like, oh, you do not get that from me. I'm like, no. But so yeah, I was worried about their feet. So I was like, okay, let's make sure they have water shoes. And one of them lost their water shoes. Another one had given them away. And the third one almost grown out of them. So we were checking out, because water parks actually have decent prices on their water shoes. I was surprised. I was expecting to be exploited. But no, they're like, our shoes are fairly priced. And I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
None of the children needed new shoes. However, that shit was hot. I was like, I need shoes to walk between the... And I was like, I've never genuinely felt old before this point. I now feel old that my feet cannot handle the heat on this cement anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
Is who the firstborn? The prissy one? Yes.
I'm the youngest of three, so I was the...
Hold on.
Here's the child, here's washcloth, good luck.
Fox says, I think you should answer any question of any context that your children have by showing them Sam in a tree photo. No word, just Sam in a tree. Prissy children now. Who did they inherit that from? It's not you. Definitely not from the prissiest man I know. I would think it was him. Well, no, actually, now that I think about it, probably him. I was gonna say, except that, like, he doesn't particularly need his shoes to walk on hot cement anymore. But then I think about it, and that was never his issue. He doesn't like walking on sand. And he does wear sandals and stuff around the house and whatnot. So, might be him.
He might be the problem.
It's a long-running thing on the internet for the firstborn to be, for example, concerned about getting dirty, and the secondborn to be belly flopping in muddy puddles. But, Bella, I am also the firstborn, and I am by far the most okay with being dirty of my siblings. My middle sister is actually the prissy one, and my baby sister, she's like in the middle. I, however, enjoyed jumping in mud puddles, and I like the squishy feeling, so... Yes, there's also me. There is a photo of a teenage Sam where I am hanging upside down. Well, actually, there's several photos. One, I'm hanging upside down in a tree, but it's just a series of photos of me climbing this tree in ninja gear. So, well, I say ninja gear. It was the shin guards that I'm wearing were actually these leather arm guards that my friend who was in marching band had. But it turned out that the circumference of his forearm was the same as the circumference of my calf, so I stole them.
That's pretty funny.
So, and then I used them with this specific pair of pants, and it looked like I had the poofy anime ninja pants, so... And then I just wrapped like a black satin thing around my face, and I think I've got a white tank top on. Very stealth. It definitely did not glow in the flash of the photos. Yes, my daughter is quite sad. We don't have climbable trees in our yard. And then we went to her Nana's house, and she looked at a tree, and she's like, "Can I climb that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I used to. Just don't let Nana see you. She'll yell at me." And then my mother comes outside and sees my child climbing the tree and looks at me, and I was like, and she just let her do it, and I'm like, damn, grandkids get away with everything. Let me tell you, I got yelled at for climbing that tree all the time.
I'm trying to think. My eldest brother. No, none of us are pretty. I'm probably the most prissy, and the only reason why is because I'm autistic, and there's certain things that just set my body off. So it's like not me. Like, ooh, I just don't like it. It's like if I touch this, my skin wishes to leave my body.
I will say, in my family, we do have distinct vocabulary for somebody who is prissy versus somebody who is particular. If somebody is particular, then I think that has accidentally become our code for they are neurotypical and this thing bothers them, so be like considerate about it. Versus if someone is prissy, we're like they're just being I don't know how to explain it. It's like this is not hurting them. They're just being silly about it. So I do
just
think
want to get dirty to not get dirty.
Yeah, it's like they don't want to get dirty to not get dirty, but it's not going to hurt them, or it's not going to, they just don't want to, which we still respect, but we'll tease for. Versus, like, well, this person's particular. We're generally softer about it, and I didn't, think about that until just now when you were, when you brought up the autism. I'm like, oh, yeah, I have family who are particular, and then I was like, wait, that's different. So...
Because, I can walk outside barefoot all day, all night. I'm talking just tromping around. And, but, if I touch, a cotton ball, I'm truly, get away from me. I wish to, no thank you, no touchy.
Well, yeah, my sister's very particular about, the feel of food textures. That's what it is, food textures.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of foods that, there's a lot of foods that she'll, go to eat. And then she's like, it tastes amazing, but I cannot with the texture. And I'm like, that's fair.
Yep. What's worse is when your body decides it hates the food that's currently in your mouth, and you're like, I need to swallow this because it's breakfast and it's good. Oh, my body suddenly hates this and it's about to throw it all up. What do I do here? Because I'm now at an impasse.
Bella says she's that way with sponges. My oldest, if he has to drain the sink or anything, will grab a cleaning glove and go in there, and I'm like, he's like, the water's dirty.
That's reasonable. Nope, I agree.
Yep, absolutely.
I also feel that I should be very clear in the fact that he would not mind me describing him this way upon the internet. My oldest is very much like me in that we don't care. We find it funny.
Yeah.
We are how we are.
If you don't like it, I guess that sucks.
Yeah, especially as they get older and stuff, every now and then I have more conversations, or whenever there's a family vlogger or something that comes up, and I'll talk to the kids about it and stuff, and so like we touch base on their perimeters and boundaries, and I like, especially since they might change something that they might be okay with at one stage of life, they go into another stage of life, and then they're like, I don't actually want that anymore. So
makes sense.
Yeah, we started having those conversations one day because when they were toddlers, one of them was having like just a toddler meltdown and stuff, but they looked at me, and I was texting with my sister because I didn't and I still don't complain about them where they can hear me. So in order to like self-regulate my emotions, I would text my sister or my husband or like Fox or something to just be like, I'm really stressed right now and all this and stuff. But that was just, so I could regulate to better handle their big emotions. And my child looked at me and they were like, are you recording me? And I was like, no, I'm not recording. And I showed them my phone to show them what I was doing. And then I was like, I would never do that to you. And so, but like, even from a young age, they have seen the, stuff that parents and whatnot put on the internet to shame their children. And I was like, never.
Yeah.
I shall never do that.
I couldn't even imagine.
Also, the parents who are like, you've upset me, I'm taking your door off. I'm like, excuse you?
That don't require me to have a door to begin with, because I didn't have a door on my bedroom for 16 years.
Why did you not have a door?
It wasn't for a punishment. There just never was a door.
It just wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah, it just was never there. I never,
I just always shared a room with someone, so.
I think what happened is we were trying to redo the door, and then the door got ruined, and then it'll be like, we'll buy a door at some point, and then
never happened.
Yeah, I think that's actually what happened.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, every other room had a door but mine. I'm like, no, that makes sense.
You're like, why didn't I have a door? Talking about it.
Like, it wasn't a punishment. There was no, like, real bad reason I didn't have one. I just never did.
Oh, I just started reading Bella's comment. There's probably some sort of diagnosis I need so I can learn the proper coping mechanisms and be able to describe what I'm going through with my family, but I haven't gotten around to it. I'm starting to realize that's probably... What are the asterisks? What are we censoring?
Oh. Ooh, it's 4 letters.
If I ever find out that my sister isn't necessarily prissy, but just on the autism spectrum, I'm still going to call her prissy because of the way she reacts, because anybody who touches something goes, yeah, that's prissy to me. So.
Don't get near me in cotton balls, because...
There.
I also say that because I know she does not care, and in fact is very proud of her prissiness, so... Fox, don't steal doors.
What?
I don't want a garage full of doors.
Oh!
Fox says not to punish people, but he now just wants to steal doors. So if anybody's doors go missing.
Wow!
Oh, it was for the correction at the beginning. Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
Well, normally if there's a typo or something, the asterisk goes before the typo. In my like experience with digital communication, multiple asterisks is usually because something is censored.
I thought that's why I was like, all right, so it's 4 letters, but what could it be?
A lot of things that we can't say. That's the problem. I forgot to full screen it. Because I don't want a doors are unyieldy and inconvenient.
Very.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, taking the door off temporarily as a prank is one thing, as long as like no lasting emotional damage is done. But just if your kid's pretty chill and they come home and they're like, "Where's my door?" and you're like, "I don't know," that could be a lot of fun. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Now I kind of want to steal my sister's door.
Do it. Do it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello. I was looking for another timer. We will see if we get there. So I went and made my husband dinner because he is quite tired, and so I was like, I shall make you your sandwiches, and then had to switch laundry because I've been washing the bedding all day, which takes all day because you can only wash a comforter by itself. We're getting to the end of it though. One more load into the washer after this one, so.
Yeah, you're not too far.
And then I reread my outlines for in the introduction arc part 1 and 2, and now I'm into arc the last introduction arc story, and I started that one, and I have to decide because my little gambling girl is getting herself in a bit of trouble, and I'm like, I need to decide how this game is rigged against her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, loaded dice. Is loaded dice overdone? Kinda don't care.
But do I care? No.
No.
Like, I feel like I might care, but also, no, I actually don't care. So.
I mean, there's a reason it's so common.
Yeah.
It's also a little series of short stories I'm doing for my children, so the only people whose opinions I care about are theirs. And if my daughter hasn't already hurt my feelings, it ain't gonna happen, so. So let me tell you, she's like my mother. She's just very honest and out there with her opinion, no matter what that opinion may be, and sometimes I'm glad that I'm not more sensitive.
And sometimes they hurt a little.
Well, like, I had stand-in names for the characters, and man, was she judging them so hard. And then it was funny because Beb was originally like my stand-in name for the character inspired by my daughter's interest.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer remember what the second B was, but there was something emo bird. And so that's why it was Beb. I think it was like Black Emo Bird. I don't know. But then my oldest was like, oh, he really liked that. He's like, Beb's really funny. He's like, it's like Bob, but not. And so it humored him. And I was like, well, Beb will then be the alias of the character inspired by his interest. And so now my daughter is real judgy about that. She's like, what kind of name is Beb?
Like, don't worry about it. There is an author I really like, and her naming convention is just very wild. Some of the names are like, some of them super simple, super easy. One character's named Ireland. Why? He was born in Ireland. Easy. A whole family was literally named after spices. And it got to a point where even one of the main characters is like, who names their kid Basil?
That's
Like,
an
who?
actual name, though.
It is actually,
That
yeah.
is a name
Yeah,
that people
and it's like,
name
who
their
does
children.
that? And the other character's like, it's a name though. He's like, but who actually names their kid
See, that's the
Basil?
thing. When people whenever I read a character or something that has like the name of a herb or a spice or a flower that one would not normally name a child, and somebody's like,
Yeah.
who would name their kid that? I'm like, I don't know. Who looked at their child and said tulip, violet? That's your
No.
name. Rose.
It's your name now, child. Get used to it.
Like these other ones only seem weird to us because we're not used to it, but like there's already examples of people who do things like this. Just like last names too. Most European last names came from jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many Smiths.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Smith, Porter. I forgot what my last name was.
I was like, Cody,
I think it means like pillow.
you sent me something recently when people were like fantasy world building and they're like, oh, I can't name this town this because I've already named another town. But you look at real world maps and there's like 5 cities with the same name.
Yes.
Yep.
There's like
Uh,
literally, there are so many streets, there's so many streets in the US named Riverside. And guess
Yeah.
what? They're all beside rivers.
there is a Jackson, Michigan. There's a Jackson, Florida. There's a Jackson in another state. There's so many Jacksons.
Mississippi.
Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi. I was like, I want to say it's like Kentucky, but that doesn't sound right.
I don't know. I recently was trying to, because like we were debating, where to feed the children after the water park. And so I was trying to find places to eat near this one city in Kentucky. But there's also a city in Illinois with that same name that apparently is slightly more famous because all my search results kept being like this place, Illinois. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not going to Illinois. I'm going to Kentucky.
I don't want to go to Illinois, bitch.
I'm not going several more hours out of my way to get food.
It's like, it was like, oh man, I need to have some like super deep meaning to my world building, or like, everyone's gonna think it's not real. It's like, meanwhile, you look at a map and there's like 17 rivers with the same name,
Oh my gosh.
and they all mean river.
You go into some cities and it's like, oh yeah, there's 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd, 4th, 5th, but then like some of them, the odd streets are like north to south and the even streets are the east to west streets. And you're like, excuse the fuck out of me?
In
Or
Michigan, there
they'll
is.
skip a number for some superstitious reason. So you're like, okay, yeah, I'm just counting my streets, and then you're like, wait, did I miss this? Like, did I miss one?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because in Michigan, the famous one's 8 Mile, 9 Mile, 10 Mile, 13 Mile, 14 Mile. And it's like, oh, where do you live? Out by 14 Mile. Like, oh yeah, 14 Mile into Quinder? Yep, I know where that is. And there's no.
Google, hold on.
Why
Google
did it start?
has
like-
now started. Like, if you just look up directions to a place, they now have landmark directions. So they'll be like, go past this point, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
from Southern.
It's so nice. I love it because I go to my chiropractor. It'll be like, past the Pet Supplies Plus, take the next right in the driveway, and I'm like, oh, this is delightful, dude.
Thank you.
Past the gas station, turn left.
You've gone to the
Oh, what gas
speedway.
station?
You've gone
Turn
too
left.
far.
Yep. Do a Yui. You went too far. Son of a bitch.
George R. R. Martin actually commented on this because with large cash you can use the no 2 characters can have the same name starting with the same letter, yeah. But this is also the man who, while slightly historically accurate, still decided, you know what, this entire family only uses 4 names.
I have worked at a place where there were 10 people, all whose names started with J.
Well, there's a culture where like this is the legit thing where all of the oldest, like the birth order, like you can tell where somebody stands in line of their siblings based on their name because like all oldest siblings have the same name. All middle children all have the same name. All third, well, not middle, but all second children all have the same name and stuff. And I'm like, that is fascinating. Like this is like all oldest sisters are Sam. It's just you meet a Sam, they're an oldest child. So he instead uses the idea that families use similar names or coming up with the reasons why they would use those names. Yeah. Like having the same names within families is very common. I feel he took it to excess, but also that, I mean, it's a thing with the British monarchy that when they become royal, they drop off their childhood name and take the same name as one of the previous monarchs, so. Fox
Nope.
is gonna write a story where in the world every city and every person and every street have different names. It's a rule. It's part of a magic system. You already write like that. You have no repeating names in your fiction already.
I couldn't imagine. I have learned in my if I'm just brainstorming or writing, the main character's name is going to be Alex, Kyle, or Max.
I love to give siblings all thematic names because that is true to my real world experience, that parents generally choose a theme, and that is how they name most of their children. For me and Chris, our male names were all archangels, and our female names were all she sounds like a bitch. I wanted to have real strong names for my ladies. How dare I? Sir, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Alright? Not even I double up on names in fiction, and I don't see anything wrong with it, so.
It's truly it's so interesting because like I said, I play D&D and shit, and it's the people be like, oh my gosh, the world of building is so thematic, it's so this, and then the person's like, I came up with that in 2 seconds. Or there'll be like an NPC that's like, I only know his name is Pee Pee Poo Poo, and he has to say 2 lines, and the players are like, we love Pee Pee Poo Poo, we must bring him everywhere, and you're like,
Yep.
great, Pee Pee Poo Poo must now have a life, and fucking more, god damn it, he was supposed to last 20 seconds.
Yeah, in the Bella adds in the real world, King Henry VIII had 6 wives. 3 of them were named Catherine, and 2 of them were named Anne. She's had the musical songs on repeat, and now I have the line in my head. And I am Catherine Parr. I bet you want to know how I got this far. Good musical. My oldest, he was in his history class, and they learned a song about King Henry, and something about his wives. I don't remember the line, but I remember I took much offense to this line, and so I told my son we were watching Six the Musical. Because he would learn things to balance the scale, and he enjoyed and got the depth of many of the songs of it. So, but although we watched the animatics as opposed to live performance because he found those much more interesting, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I always find it interesting whenever people are like, everything has to be, or though people it's like, my city's is the German word for like, the king killed the queen, and someone who speaks German is like, that's interesting. That's the name that you picked, and they're like, oh no, you speak German, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, I will say
Oh.
a lot of advice for naming conventions kind of just circles around not confusing readers, which is fair because people can be very easily confused by very simple things. As long as we're not bringing up realism into it, because the moment anybody brings up realism into naming things, I have so many dumb arguments that work in my favor, and it is a pastime to use them all.
Like I do this for fun.
Oh, realistically, Hades' dog was named Spot, so.
Mm-hmm.
Most gods' names just mean their power, so come on now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me it's silly to name a fire god Fire. Most of them were named Fire.
A lot of rivers, I'm gonna let you know, because what their name means, river.
All this naming reminded Bella she had a question related to Kavira. So Kava is the word for magic, but in the naming things, it's used as a root word for the important things related to magic stuff. That makes sense.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, so I started watching this while Bella's typing. I started watching Murdoch Murders, right? Which, great show so far. I will say, it is a historical, and they are very historically accurate, so watch out for the episode with the gay man, because the homophobia everywhere. But the point I was getting at is the first episode has to deal with electricity and AC/DC, not the band, but like direct current and alternate current. But anyway, although let me tell you, every time they said that, I was like AC/DC. I was thinking of the band. But yeah, in it, there's Nikola Tesla. He's one of the characters. And then, like, he's inventing a shit ton of things. And they're, like, talking about how to name the television. And they were like, the telekaleidoscope. And they're like, and Tesla goes, that's a mouthful. And then he's like, tell us something. And then he goes, vision. And I'm like, probably the most accurate thing in the show right there is to figure out how to name something.
Yeah.
Not confusing readers, she says. Ignore that almost every male in my book has a name. Oh my god, so many D names.
It's like, there's sometimes I'll read a book and I'm looking at that name and I'm like, as what? As what? What? Is this upside down? Nope. Can't read it. All right, we're just moving on. Hopefully they're not important, and they're so important. I'm like, buddy, your name's Az. I can't read the rest. I don't know. I don't know how to help you here.
Naming my novel Kavira when it's supposed to have the root word kava is inaccurate. Why would that be inaccurate? So I have to change something, and there are two options. Because sometimes root words do change spelling slightly when they are bonded to other words.
I just go, this is the name, and I'm moving on with my life. Like in one of my projects, I literally named it's like the general store of the city, the general store for general things.
The general store.
And it's great, and I love it.
Yeah, I will say I don't necessarily think you need to change any of that as long as like it's consistent in your naming convention that sometimes the A gets changed to an E when it's combined with other things. Because
I only think of Avatar.
Because like sometimes when root words are used as a suffix or a prefix, the way they are spelled is altered. It's just like this word comes from the root word, this other thing. Like, hold on. Root word for hell. Because that's a... Yeah, so like the word, the Old English, like hell, H-E-L or H-E-L-L-E, traces back to the Proto-Germanic Helio? It's H-A-L-J-O with a symbol. Which means the underworld or one who conceals. So it's like the root word is one thing, but then the words that come from it can be like very different. Because like hell, the Nordic word is H-E-L, and the underworld in Norse mythology is Helheim, hell, which Heim means like place or world or location. And then hell, H-E-L-L, specifically means the place of eternal damnation. So it's like these are all from the same root word, but they can be spelt and come to mean very different things. So I don't necessarily think Kavera needs to change. It all just depends on how the rest of your language is. Sorry, I was like in biblical translations, and I was like, ooh, more information.
That's fine.
I like information.
Makes sense.
I'm just hearing a lot of words, and some of them are sticking, others are not.
Hold on, Asawatara, pretty sure that's the name Cody said we'll use. You're not my child.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what word when did I say that? But
How did you know?
How did I know? Because I know what my children sound like, and it wasn't you. Oh my god. Also, my children don't say mom when they come to the garage den. They just creep up on me.
Well, I want to kiss you.
Okay, well then come here.
No, roleplay and Cody.
His name is
Cody
not
role-
roleplay.
Cody.
Roleplay?
Make sure it's
Brother,
on.
I've been here before. This is not new to me.
No, he said no, roleplay and Cody are on screen.
Brother, it's happened multiple times with me on screen.
Oh wow.
Okay, the language is... Alright, so yeah, if you want the language to be straightforward, then I would...
Sorry, I'm going to chuckle about roleplay for
If
a
you're
very
okay
long
with
time.
it being pronounced Kavara, I would just change it to Kavara. Just all the A's, no other vowels.
Probably the easiest thing. Yeah.
All A's, nothing else. Add more A's.
And it'll be a triple A word. Coming to a console near you.
You ever heard of AAA? Try this one on for size.
Oh my gosh. Have y'all heard about what Sony's doing? We're going into gamer talk for a moment.
Oh,
When
with
they're
the
getting rid
disc?
of physical copies?
Yeah.
And I hate it.
I love when things like this happen in the gaming community because I love seeing arguments that just make me go, yeah, and?
Oh, and are people being like, it's actually better that they don't make physical
No.
copies?
No. It's the other side of the argument that because they're like, oh well, PC gamers haven't bought physical copies in years, and I'm like, okay, but like PCs work drastically different than consoles do.
Yeah.
Also, like,
Mm-hmm.
like there is a drastic difference between owning a physical copy and licensing a digital copy. Because
Yeah.
for most
Yeah.
things, you don't own a digital copy, you're licensing it. Which is something I have known for over 15 years, because back when like Kindle first came out, I bought a couple books on it, and then one day one of them disappeared from my library, and I was never refunded for that book. It was never put back on. Amazon just decided, nope, this book doesn't exist on our platform anymore. So when that happened, I like fucking looked into it, because I was like, excuse the fuck out of me? What you mean I don't own a thing I bought? And ever since then, I have understood the dangers of digital.
Yep. Yeah. You can wake up one day and your entire library is just gone with no explanation.
I will say that I trust Nintendo a little more with stuff like that, just because, like, when they discontinued the Nintendo eStore for the 3DSs and stuff, you can't buy any new games, but if you log into your account, you can still, like, re-download the games you already, like, owned and stuff, so.
Right. That makes sense.
Like, when they were like, we're discontinuing that, I was like, excuse you? What about my digital copies of games that I also own physical copies of? But that's not the point. I want to play my digital copies.
I gave you all my money. It's for so many different copies.
I'm also against any time choice is taken away, so.
Yeah, that's my main problem.
Yeah, because I'm like, just like, some people really just don't want to own a digital copy of anything, and they should not be forced to. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I get that. And there's other people that are truly like digital only, no physical, like, and they're also valid in their opinions.
Hold on, which form of the title flows better? Well, it depends on how you want it to be pronounced. My dyslexic self would read the first one as Kavira and the second one as Kavara. So.
I mean, that's how I read it.
or Kavera versus Kavara. Either way, the second word I am only pronouncing Kavara. The first one, there's two different ways I would pronounce it.
Right.
Because it looks close, like, because of aloe vera, really, is why I would call it Kavera. And then I would call it Kavira just because I'm used to ERA being either era or era. And yeah, titles change, covers change.
Everything
Hopefully
changes.
the only thing that stays the same is the prose. Unless you release, like, typo fixes. Although this one author, she was like, yeah, if you find a typo in my books, you can tell me about it, but I ain't doing anything. The book's done. I've moved on. They're like, typos happen. So unfortunate. I'm not going back and changing it. And I was like,
I was arc reading an audiobook, and I was like, hey, this character's, is supposed to be from person's A POV, but they say it as if they're person B. And she was like, I'm gonna be real honest. In the Kindle version, already fixed it. Audio, it's so hard to fix.
oh yeah,
We're just gonna move along. I'm like, okay, cool. She's
Yeah.
like, thank you for bringing that up. But trust me, it's so much more difficult, and I am not gonna do it. I'm like, that's fair. Anywho,
I might, like, keep a tracker of typos, and, like, if 10 typos are caught, I'll go and update an edition. Because I'm like, that's too many now.
yeah,
But if
like
it's
batch
just one or
updates.
two, yeah, if it's just one or two, it is a lot of work to update editions.
Yeah, just for the one or two where you're just like 99.99% of people probably will not even notice.
Yeah.
And sometimes the typo can't be fixed because there was just some miscommunication between one device and another device, and there's actually nothing wrong with the file. There was this one author I followed who she released a letter that said, yes, I am aware of the typo on page something of this title. However, and she, like, had a screenshot in her newsletter, and she's like, it does not exist in our master file, so we cannot fix it. I am so sorry.
That's so funny.
Nothing can be done. There was also a book where they had to, like, reprint an entire thing because it was missing a page.
Oh my lord.
That's wild.
They were like, if you have a copy of the book with a missing page, please let us know and you can exchange it.
Nah, I hold on to that shit.
Yeah, that's what a lot of readers
Yeah,
say. Like, nah, this is special now. I'll just buy another copy.
You're telling me I have a limited edition? I'm keeping that.
You're telling me I have a fucked up first edition? Hell yeah.
Yeah. What I just heard is, this is special, and I'm going to preserve it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, what
That's
I just heard is maybe one day this will be worth a shit ton of money.
I'm going to buy the new one, that way I know what the page is. But this one is mine.
Like, there are literally, like, first edition fuck-ups out there that sell for thousands of dollars. Readers are wild.
Yeah. Listen, man, if anyone said that to me, I'd be like, this is mine.
I have a beef with sprayed edges now.
Yes.
I have seen so many really pretty sprayed edges that, like, tempted me to buy them, and then I saw what book it was, and I realized I knew what book it was, and I'm like, I do not want to own you. But if I did not already know this, I might have been pulled in because you're so pretty. I'm like, so now I have a problem. I have beef with sprayed edges doing their job.
Tricking me to buy books I don't want.
How dare they be an effective tool on me? So now if I see a book with really pretty sprayed edges, I have to look up the book before I purchase it because I'm like, no, I will not be pulled in like this.
I will not be duped, not again.
I wish I remembered what book it was, but there was one book in specific that, oh my god, it was so gorgeous. And I was like, I want to own that book. And then I looked at the title and I was like, there's no way in hell I am paying money for this book. I would have been so pissed. So
I don't know, like before the straight edges, it just reminded me of someone saying, like, I went to go buy a motorcycle, and me and the seller were both anime fans, and we were talking about the Kira slide. And they're like, it's possible, but it takes a lot of dedication and training. And she's like, so what I'm hearing is I could do it.
what I'm
That's what
hearing is
I'm hearing.
there's a chance.
There's a chance I could do it. Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. And that's just what that reminded me of. It's like, so what I just heard. Yeah, no, sprayed edges. I do see those. I'm like, that is pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, we have a really pretty Howl's Moving Castle with the fireworks sprayed edges and stuff because the children wanted to read Howl's Moving Castle, and we were like, all right, let's get a copy for the family library. And my husband was like, we're getting this special pretty copy. And I was like, all right, that is pretty.
Yeah, I guess we're going with special pretty. I can't argue with that.
Nope.
Ooh, the special pretty edition that I also secretly wanted but didn't want to tell you about because you'd probably say no, and I feel bad about it. You also now want it? Okay. Don't have to twist my arm.
I still would not buy it for myself, but for my children.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me. Well, to be fair,
Me, I don't need it. The children, they need it.
I
They need
wouldn't
all
buy
of
Howl's Moving Castle for me either, but that's beside the point.
it.
I'm just not a fan.
I want to read it because I hear it is quite different than the movie.
It is.
Also, a lot longer than the movie. Like, there's a lot more content in the books.
Just different content.
So I'm
would
just
say
curious
there's more.
to know.
Because, like, the whole anti-war subplot is not in the book at all, so.
Huh.
Hal is not some secret soldier bird thing in the book.
Change of topic, really quick, sidebar, just because I remembered it and I was scrolling. Have you seen Danny Mata's reaction to Interview with a Vampire?
I have not.
I shall send it to you. That was it.
I'll watch it. Oh, The Boy and the Heron, the newest Ghibli movie, I think. I don't think it's come out since it. But, Chris and I watched it because my library had a copy. Which is really funny because Chris was like, yeah, we're going to rent it. And I was like, that doesn't feel right. And I had to sit there and search my soul for why. It's because we did not pay extra for the movie. We just checked it out for free with our free library card. So I was like, that's why it felt wrong, because you have to pay to rent things. I'm not paying to borrow it. So yeah, we got it and we watched it, and Chris was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And I was like, a Ghibli movie. I was like, this makes as much sense as most Ghibli movies.
Because I do know that with Howl's Moving Castle, it is his direct feelings on the war. And so, like, a lot of his movies are direct feelings on how he feels about shit. So some of them are, like...
Oh, no, any movie that deals with war, that's his feelings on war, which is fair.
Yeah.
So...
Although Grave with the Fireflies was just rude.
Oh my god, yes. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, though.
Like, I think my roommate mentioned it once, and I said, you cannot watch that movie. I'm so sorry, you cannot watch it.
I've seen it.
I've seen
my
it.
daughter is evil. My daughter is chaotic evil, and therefore, anytime she finds what she perceives as a weakness, she seeks to exploit it and torture it with it. For example, my husband has a fear of slugs. He has a fear of slugs because he watched a horror movie when he was a toddler that had man-eating slugs in it. My daughter wanted to know what this movie was specifically, and then wanted her father specifically to watch this movie with her.
That's awful. That's terrible.
Anytime, like when she had a cold once, we were trying to find something to watch, and I'd be like, oh, I really loved that movie as a child. Okay. She's like, what's it about? I'm like, I don't remember. I just remember my feelings. There are several movies that were like that, where I was like, I don't really remember what happens in this movie. I just remember I loved it or I hated it. And we get to Neverending Story, and I was like, oh, I don't remember why, but I hate that movie. And she was like, we gotta watch it. And I'm like, why the fuck do you want to watch it? She's like, we gotta see why you hate it. And then there's another one, I'm like, oh man, that movie made me so sad. And she's like, well, we're watching that one. And I'm like, you also have to watch movies that made me happy as a child. You can't just go into my trauma.
You can't pick the traumatic ones.
So yeah, she's...
I remember the Neverending Story.
It turns out I only hate it for one very specific scene that I have never forgiven the movie for. And to this day, still have not. I'm still vindicated in that. Although, apparently, so I remembered the horse dying and then just never... And that's
How
just
did I
it.
know?
Apparently, it comes back at the end of the movie. It's alive. And I was like, excuse you? No,
How
it's
did I know
not.
the exact scene you're thinking of? Because it was the one I was thinking of.
But my mom's like, yeah.
I know the exact scene.
Which my mom's like, yeah, the horse comes back to life at the end of the movie. And I'm like, no, the fuck it doesn't. And she's like, yes, the fuck it does. And I'm like, apparently
Bro,
it
that was
does.
so traumatic.
Horse comes
I remember
back.
that is.
But I was like,
that
you
is
know what?
burned in
Doesn't
my
matter.
memory.
The death scene still sucks. Open
Oh
a
my
store
God,
called
it's so funny.
Bookbusters. We can't open a Bookbusters, Fox. That's just a library.
Oh my goodness.
My child is out to get us. She's out to get
She's
everybody.
secretly plotting everything.
Remember how I previously mentioned that my sister has arachnophobia? When we go to, like, the trick-or-treat, the Boo at the Zoo, that's what it's called. When we do Boo at the Zoo, if they have a spider decoration, my daughter will specifically find her aunt and be like, hey, Aunt Tabby, look at that. To the point where when she gets in that tone, my sister will just stare at her as they walk by, and she'll be like, no, I know what you're doing.
You're not that smart, child. I know what you're doing.
It's like, I figured you out. It's a library that makes money. We can invert it and offer free printing. Maybe. I recently discovered how Hoopla actually works. Turns out, every time you borrow something from Hoopla, the library is charged, which could easily rack up hundreds of dollars a day. And that is why my library has daily Hoopla limits.
I can understand that.
Which I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I get that now. Because before I was like, why the fuck do we... So I'd be like, I have to do my borrows at midnight or I ain't getting any books that day. I know why now. And you know what? I'm chill with it.
I understand, and you know what? I will gladly reserve my books at midnight.
Yep.
Although, Fox, that mostly sounds like Hastings, because that's, like, we had a store that was called Hastings, and you could rent video games, movies. It was kind of like Blockbuster, but you could also, like, buy CDs, and they had, like, a book section, and it was the best store in the world.
Oh my god, that just reminds me of Family Video after Blockbuster.
Apparently, when I was a wee thing back in the ancient times, there was this local video store that we rented from a lot, but I hyper-focused on VHSs, and so I would rewind and replay them to the point I wore out the VHSs several times, and the people there, they would just charge my mother 5 cents to replace it, and that was it, because they thought I was cute.
They're like, we have to charge you something, but she's adorable, so...
Fox, I want to go into business with you, I just also don't want to be in direct competition with my local library. Because
Us going into
love
business, not the
libraries,
problem.
and I want to support them. But we could potentially do something else. Like a little, like a book bakery where our pastries and our drinks are themed after books that we're promoting.
That'd be cool.
And
Yeah.
also, you could rent the book.
I would go there.
Okay, we can sell stolen doors out the back.
Oh my god, he's still on these doors. He just wants to steal doors.
I'm fine with that. I will profit off of his. I was gonna say philanthropy, but that's not the word.
Kleptomania for doors specifically.
That door mania.
Yeah, doors. It's like, I'm a kleptomaniac. Oh, you steal everything? No, just doors. What? Yeah. I like stealing doors.
So I
Where'd
was
my
gonna
door
try
go?
to do
Don't
another
worry about it.
split, but now it's too hot. No, Fox thinks philanthropy is the correct word.
My goodness. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
I was
Need to be late.
Okay. Bringing doors to the people for cheap. That's what they need. Doors are fucking expensive.
Oh my god, doors are so
Honestly, yes,
fucking
yes, they are.
expensive. Wait.
Bella watched a video breaking down the history of pirating anime, and one thing that shocked me was that they could only download them in original Japanese and had printed out fan translations to read along. The real ye olden days.
All I can think of is watching animes in 27 parts on YouTube. And when you can't find part 13 in English,
So part 14 is right there.
and it's like, I can't find 13 in English. What the fuck? I can't continue. Yep.
I remember this. Oh my god, I forgot that was a thing.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I remember
Oh,
that
wow.
distinctly. That's a specific pain.
They would have playlists. And
Yep.
you're just missing that one part. And you're like, motherfucker.
Yep. Uh-huh. It's always one, and it's always in the middle, and you're like, why?
Fox says sometimes you have to accept part 13 in Russian, Cody.
Listen, okay? I was always in Russian or German. I'm not into that. I can't. There's no subtitles. It's just German, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what's happening. And of course, it's the most pivotal part of the show too.
Yes.
Or it's just like
Of course.
as the fight ends or something, and you're just like, cool. I can't. Yay.
My mirror has come off.
Oh no.
I don't know how it goes back on.
Although I do remember my school library had manga, and there was a manga I was reading, Alice the 19th,
Yeah,
Or
I
Alice
started
19th.
getting manga too.
and they only had the first 3 volumes, so I skipped volume 4, and I was so confused. And the lady's like, "Oh, please don't tell me you're skipping the 4th volume because we don't have it." I'm like, "No, my cousin has it. I already read it." He did not read it. And I was like, oh, I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening. And I had to pretend like I knew what was going on. And then I went back and I did not check out the next one. She's like, oh, everything okay? I was like, that's not interested anymore. Not because I, skipped the volume and didn't know that was bad.
I fixed it.
Yeah, I also remember that distinctly too. The one time I ever skipped a manga volume, and I was like, I've learned my lesson. I cannot do that.
One of my friends, so I was like a freshman or a sophomore. I think I was a freshman when she was a junior, and I was a sophomore when she was a senior. But we were friends, and she, had a job and therefore had a really nice manga collection. And so basically she would loan the series, out to us and stuff. But I I was actively keeping track of who had what volume for her. So they would be like, where's my volume of this? And I'd be like, oh, so-and-so has it. They're like, well, where's this volume and that volume? And I was like, oh, so-and-so finished that one, but now the other so-and-so has it. And she's like, okay. It's just like, as long as you're keeping track. But I'm like, I know. I was like, somehow I became the central for exchanging the manga volumes. Fox said ever the admin. Yes.
I remember this also distinctly. I had a friend who was 18, and she bought me. It wasn't a pornographic manga, but it was an adult manga that you need to be 18 to buy because there were some adult themes. And I brought it to school, and I was reading it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is that a manga?" And it happened to be queer. I didn't see that manga for 2 months because everyone kept borrowing it and just passing it around to each other. At one point, I'd surely be like, "Guys, where's my manga? I want to read it again."
It's
And like,
also
well, this
you
was
had to
happening.
like you had to take care of the manga because if that manga did not get returned in pristine condition, you would never touch another volume from that person again.
Oh, I truly was like, "You mother, like this is," and then they're like, "I didn't even know it was yours." I'm like, "Yeah, it's fucking mine. Hand it over." I had to go hunt the person down and be like, "This was bought for me. I don't know how you got it. Give it."
I don't know who gave it to you, but
They shouldn't have because I gave it to one person, and then suddenly 13 people had it.
oh no, at least with my friend, she knew. And like I said, I kept very good track for her and stuff.
That's when I also learned: don't hand out your fucking mangas to no one. It's like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Manga. It's everywhere.
I'm sorry you had that shitty experience. My friends and I, we were great. Each of us were buying a different series. And we were very respectful of each other's manga. Because like I said, if you fucked up once, you were not getting a second chance for a book.
Nope.
We were diehard that way. We had manga watch parties, or not manga, but anime watch parties, because we had one friend whose mom had money, and they bought they like pre-ordered the VHSs, so they got them in like before a lot of our local video stores, and so we'd like go over to her house to just marathon an anime.
Yep.
Nice.
I used to have the entire Evangelion series on VHS.
Bella said when I came along it was all about Kiss Anime when it was in its highlight. I remember watching One Piece for the first time there. But man, once Kiss Anime and websites came along like that, the DVD
Oh my
sales
God.
for anime went down, and they actually stopped. Like, several companies went out of business, and they stopped producing new anime for a while. It was bad.
Yep. Oh my God. I remember all the fucking pirating every manga ever. And just being like, oh, there's a manga downloader where I can download manga that I can read. Oh my gosh, and they're full volumes. Let's go. And
I
then
know we're
you
talking about Kiss Anime for the anime piracy, and Cody's like, I got my books there.
listen. I also did my anime too. I'm an equal opportunity.
I will say I used Gray Sites as a way to preview because I had very limited financial resources, and I was like, I need to know that I want to own this. Now there are a lot of different services and ways that I can do that, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do another sprint, but I'm starting to sweat, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I will see about doing a second stream this week. It mostly will depend on just let me check the weather before I say that.
It's supposed to be 97
That's
tomorrow
where
here.
you are.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Help
here.
me.
I mean, I'm on the other side of the mountains from UCM, and tomorrow it's supposed to be, I think, like 94 here.
It's supposed to be in between the 70s and the 80s, so maybe we'll see.
What a dream!
That'd be so
What a
nice.
dream!
Yeah, but not nice in my cement box.
My cement box is underground, so it's cold.
Yeah, mine isn't. My cement box gets baked, and then the heat doesn't leave.
Mine only he
And
gets
then the
pulled out of
winter it
it.
gets chilled, and then the cold doesn't leave.
Oh my, like when we had no power for like the entire weekend when I had to cancel, I truly, legitimately walked downstairs in our basement and I could just feel the cold enveloping me. And I'm like, this is why you have a cement basement. I understand.
Hot air rises, cold air drops.
Yeah, I slept down here. It was so nice.
But
Oh,
if
anyhow,
nothing else, we will be back Monday for Rockadoodle. So, thanks for
yes.
hanging. Thanks for getting stuff done with us. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Hello.